Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to teach you how to make these crochet roses that you can either turn into stem roses, or what I'm going to do with mine is turn them into a granny square. So if you guys are interested, stay tuned. You're going to need a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook, a pair of scissors, and a needle to sew it all in. Let's get started. We're going to start off with a chain 66, and I'm using a 4.5 hook. You can use a 5, that'll work as well. And I'm using a weight 4 acrylic yarn. Mine's is from Loops and Threads. Once you make your 66 chains, you're going to flip to the side, and we're going to work into the third chain here on the back, the ones that go straight down the back. Then we're going to skip 5 and do a double crochet into the 6th chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to double crochet into this one right here. You have to take your time and get in there. There we go. Double crochet. Then we're going to skip 2, double crochet into the 3rd. 2 chains and another double crochet into the same space. Then we're going to skip 2, double crochet into the 3rd, 2 chains, double crochet into the same space. And that's going to be the pattern all the way to the end. So I'll do that again. You're going to skip 2 spaces, double crochet into the 3rd, 2 chains, and double crochet into the same space. And I'll meet you back when we continue and reach the end. Okay, I'm down to my last 2 V's, 2 chains, double crochet, because that's kind of what it forms, is a line, a row of like V's. So you should end with a V into the last stitch. So we'll do a double crochet, 2 chains, and a double crochet into that last stitch. Okay, it will look like that. It'll roll up a little bit, but that is fine. Then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to turn our work so we can go back the other way. Now, into those V's that we created, we're going to do a similar pattern, but instead of 1 double crochet, we're going to do 2 double crochets into the space. So the chain 3 counts as 1. So you'll do 1 more double crochet. So you will have 1, 2, then chain 2, and then 2 more double crochets into that same space. Okay, then we're going to move on to the next V. We're going to do 2 double crochets. 1, 2, 2 chains, 1, 2, and then 2 more double crochets into the same V. And that's the pattern all the way to the end. So it's 2 double crochets, 2 chains, and 2 double crochets. And now I will meet you back when we go all the way to the end. I'm down to my last 2 clusters. We're going to do 2 double crochets, 2 chains, and then 2 more double crochets. Into the last space right here, we're going to do 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets. All right, now we're going to chain 1 for our last row. Go ahead and flip your work, and into the first chain right here, after you chain 1, the first space, you're going to do a single crochet just to kind of make the beginning of this clean. So go ahead and single crochet, and then we're working into these in between the 2 double crochets and 2 chains that we just worked in the previous row. We're going to work in between those spaces right there, and in between those, this is how we're going to create the petals of our rose. We're going to make 8 double crochets into the space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then in the space that's kind of below, which kind of looks like a triangle, because the V is what we're working in, and right next to it is more like a triangle. In that space, you're going to do a single crochet. And that's how we seal off that petal right there. All right, so let's do another one. Right here in our V, we're going to do 8 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And to seal it off, we're going to do a single crochet in the space right below, right next to it below. All right, and that's how we create our petals, and that's going to be the pattern all the way to the end. So I'll continue that, doing the 8 double crochets and then a single crochet next to it, 8 double crochet, 1 single crochet, 8 double crochets, 1 single crochet. So I'll continue that, and I'll meet you back when we're to the end. Okay, I'm down to my last petal, so I'm going to single crochet in this under space, and then our last 8 double crochets into this space. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold on one second. My husband's calling. All right. We did 8 petals into the last hole, and then we're just going to close this out just like we did in the beginning with a single crochet right into the end right here. All right. Now we're going to fasten off and cut our yarn, leaving a nice of a long enough space, about, I want to say about 10 inches. So you give yourself some really good room, probably even a little bit more, just so you make sure you have enough yarn to sew your rose shut. Okay, I went ahead and fastened that off, and this is how it looks when you're done before we roll it up. We're going to start at the end that doesn't have the strings. So we're going to start at this end right here. And I like to work with the petals down so I can make sure we see this edge, the edge of the rose petals, this part, the top part here. Because when we roll it up, we're going to create almost like a mountain, so that when we sew the rose together, we don't have any pieces of the petal pulling or coming apart, so that everything is sewn together. So we're going to start with making sure we start at the very tip, and we're going to start to roll it. And we're going to create kind of like a hill, because you want to make sure you can see the edge at all times, because that's the only way we'll make sure when we're sewing our rows together, and I'll show you, that we get every piece of it, starting from the middle petal. So let's go around, around, and round. Not too tight, not too loose. So that at the end, you can kind of hold it like this. And this is what forms our rows. So you want to make sure you're holding it like this. And now you can kind of, and you don't worry about squishing it or anything, because when it's in and sewn together, then you can kind of like pull your petals apart, move them around a little bit just to make sure it looks good. So we're going to turn it back around, leave it this way. And then we're going to grab a needle, and we're going to attach it to a long end of our yarn. Go ahead and attach it. We're going to start where it is. Let me bring it up to the middle. Okay, so we're going to start right at the end where it is. We're going to loop up the first corner and go right through the middle. And you can kind of lift up too, just to make sure you're grabbing all parts of the rows. And you're going to go all the way through to the other side. Pull your yarn through. And you're going to keep doing that. You're going to move over to the side and keep going back and forth, making sure you dig into the middle of the center of that rose so we can get all of the yarn and really secure this rose together. So I'm going to do that a few times until I feel it's secure enough just around the rose, a couple of times. Okay, I'm gonna do just a few more. And you can just keep checking, pull on that center. And once that center doesn't come loose, then you know you're pretty good. So I'm just gonna do a few more, and then I'm going to bring my yarn to where it meets our second piece of yarn, and so we can tie that together and secure it all in place. I'm just going to tie these two strings together to secure it. I like to tie it 3 times. Okay. And then with these strings, I'm just going to put it through our needle. so. Find a spot, pull it through. Sorry about that. And then I'm just gonna cut this off. Here we go. And then here you have it. This is our rose, nice and secure. You can go ahead and create a leaf for it and put a stem if you'd like to make it a stem rose. Or what I'm going to do is turn this into a granny square. You can also use them as, or just a really cute idea to add as an accessory. Bag charms, things like that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments and anything else you'd like to see. Thanks for watching. Bye.